Hi, Ms. Linsky. This is Ryan Manat. For my global project, I'm going to be interviewing a woman of Chinese heritage and seeing how living in America has affected her views, beliefs, and/or life's experiences. Being as the woman interviewed is my mom's coworker, a lot of the interview was done via text. I'm going to be using a slideshow to present my findings. My expectation going into this interview is that Mrs. Linda will have lacked immersion to Chinese culture due to only 1.86% of New Jersey's population being Chinese. Okay, question number 1. What is your heritage? So Miss Linda was born in China and is currently in her mid to late 40s, though her children were born in the U.S. She immigrated to China as a very young child, and her ethnicity and nationality are both Chinese. Topic 2. What were your main influences towards your heritage growing up? Mrs. Linda's main influences towards her culture were her family, community, school and education, and cooking. Food, as in many cultures, is a binder in Mrs. Linda's family that brings them together. As seen on the bottom right, Mrs. Linda and her family are gathering together at a restaurant, and on the bottom left is a picture of the food that they had there. Topic 3. Do you celebrate any holidays or traditions from your culture? What about religions? Mrs. Linda follows 3 main holidays from Chinese culture, the first of which being Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year, also known as Chunji, or the Spring Festival, is one of the most widely spread holidays throughout Chinese communities worldwide. It's celebrated on the first day of Lunar New Year and marks the upcoming year with positive energy and community time. Traditions include cleaning your home and decorating with red lanterns that symbolize light and happiness. The second holiday Mrs. Linda follows is called Mid-Autumn Festival. It is also known as Moon Festival, Mooncake Festival, or Zongyuji. It is the second most important festival after Chinese New Year and is a time to celebrate by eating dinner with your family, worshiping the moon, lighting lanterns, and eating mooncakes. In America, the holiday is celebrated by the AAU, who hosts the parade in Philadelphia. The last of the holidays Mrs. Linda mentioned was Qing Ming Festival. It is also known as Tomb Sweeping Day. It is a day dedicated to paying respects to your ancestors by cleaning their graves and placing offerings. Offerings can include food, tea, wine, the burning of incense, or offering juice paper, which represents money. When celebrating, you are not supposed to take pictures, wear bright colors or skimpy clothes, eat or laugh loudly, which are all considered disrespectful, visit friends on that day because it's a day for the dead, or sweep past 3 p.m. because it can be considered bad luck. Topic 4. What is Confucianism to you? I know for me, I had to learn who Confucius was and what Confucianism is. Confucius was a Chinese philosopher that founded his philosophy in 551 BCE. He believed that following the traditional rituals of a former religion from the Zhou dynasty would lead to a stable, more unified society. He believed that by respecting the 5 inferior to superior relationships, you could achieve social stability. Those 5 beliefs are father to son, husband to wife, ruler to subject, teacher to student, and older brother to younger brother. Mrs. Linda's answer was quite similar. She also knew Confucianism to be more of a way of life than a religion. Her family focused mainly on social harmony, order through respect and kindness, proper social conduct, e.g. moral self-cultivation starting from within the family and extending out to others. Her parents taught her to be respectful, work hard, honor the family name, respect the elders that came before her, and the legacy that they left behind. Teaching the family virtues and culture is very important to her family. Topic 5. How do you think being in America has affected your outlook on your culture? Would it be different if you were elsewhere? While growing up in America, Ms. Linda often felt misunderstood by those who didn't share her background and culture, as it's not commonly intertwined with American culture. She believes that being in Asia, for example, would have made her feel more normal and not seen as strange or different by her peers. Topic 6. What is one takeaway from any aspect of your culture that you would like to share? One takeaway from her culture that Mrs. Linda would like everybody to know is that Chinese culture is a cultural emphasis on social harmony, collective responsibility, and the collective good over individual interest. It emphasizes education, the value of hard work, the fact that culture is a lifelong experience, and a personal experience as well. After interviewing Mrs. Linda, I learned that Chinese philosophies like Confucianism are still heavily encouraged today. Even though my expectations going into this was that Mrs. Linda wouldn't be as heavily connected to her culture due to being in America and not in China where her culture is heavily practiced, she's still very connected and makes an effort to influence that connection through her own children. I connected my interview of Mrs. Linda's culture to learning about the Chinese philosophies in class, specifically Confucianism. Even though every aspect of the philosophy is not still followed today, the main idea still is respect. Respect is of the utmost importance in Mrs. Linda's culture and something we can all strive to instill in ourselves today.